Hello everyone. So for my mini lecture, I will be discussing the concepts behind nonverbal communication and what nonverbal communication is. So for starters, nonverbal communication is how we express our attitude, behavior, our personality, and as well as it helps us to understand our relationship status with other people. Another benefit of nonverbal communication is it allows us to better understand other cultures and to better understand our own culture in the United States, or even smaller. So there are 6 concepts to nonverbal communication, and the first one that I will be talking about is repeating. And this happens when you act out or mimic what you have just said. And this can happen a lot with when you are giving out directions. So say somebody is asking where to find the nearest gas station, and the best way to help you describe that is to point it out. Oh, it's just to the right, or it's just to the left, or some sort of gesture that helps you express what you're saying non-verbally. And then the second concept is contradicting. And this can happen when you say one thing yet do another. So if somebody asks you, hey, so and so, are you doing okay? Are you having a good day? And you're like, yeah, sure. You might be saying that you are, but your nonverbal communication shows that you are clearly contradicting yourself and you do not feel that you are having a good day or what have you. So that is number 2, contradicting. Number 3 is to substitute. And this is when you do not have to say anything and you just act out or direct or give out some sort of a message without saying anything. This can happen a lot when, say, you look angry and yet you say that you're not angry, or when your parents say, you don't give me that look, and you swear you're not, but you really are. That's substituting. So then that leads us to number 4, which is compliment. Compliment happens when you act out or are acting out what you're saying. So say, for example, that you're trying to have somebody be quiet, then you might put your hand up to your mouth because that's a nonverbal cue to, shh, like be quiet. So that's a way that we nonverbally communicate what we're trying to get across to someone. Number 5 of nonverbal communication concepts is accent, and then this can happen when you put emphasis on something that you're trying to say. So, for example, when you're saying, stop, or, oh, I love that, you're emphasizing words, and that is a nonverbal way of really expressing how you feel towards whatever you're talking about. It just gives a little extra oomph to what you were trying to get across. The last concept is regulate. And this happens when you are dictating interactions. This one's very strong in my opinion because it happens a lot with people. It's very common. And with regulating, it is when you non-verbally show disinterest in what somebody else is trying to say. So you can either be on your phone or, fidgeting with your thumbs or some sort of nonverbal cue that shows that, I am not really a part of this conversation. And that one is a very, very strong nonverbal cue in my opinion. It's one that I don't mean to use a lot, but it's probably the one that I use the most for myself. But all in all, one of the most important aspects of nonverbal communication is to always remember that your nonverbal cues are most often judged, rather than what you are actually saying. So just remember that no matter what you're giving across nonverbally is going to stick more with people as opposed to what you're actually telling them. Thank you.